Hi everyone, I am D. Srilata. Welcome to today's session. Now today we are going to discuss about slew rate of operational amplifier. Now in last session we have seen what are AC characteristics of operational amplifier. Basically in AC characteristics of op amp we are going to discuss about frequency response and slew rate. Now in this session we are going to learn about slew rate. What is slew rate of operational amplifier? Why the slew rate exists for an op amp? And how the output changes, output of operational amplifier changes based on this slew rate value. Okay. Now, let us define what is slew rate of op amp. Slew rate, it is the maximum rate at which the output can change. That is, how fast the op amp can respond to the input. It is known as slew rate. Okay. So here is the non-inverting operational amplifier circuit. V0 is the input and V out is the output. Okay. So here if input exactly follows the output, it is known as voltage follower circuit. For example, if you are giving a square input, we should get the square output from the voltage follower circuit. But it is not happening exactly. The output of the op amp is slowly rises and then slowly falls down. So if you are giving this type of input, we are getting this type of output from the operational amplifier. That is happening because of this slew rate. Now let us see why the output changes like this. Okay, so mathematically slew rate can be defined as the rate of change of output voltage with respective to time. Means with how much rate the output voltage of operational amplifier changes. Okay, so that is called slew rate. So unit for this slew rate is volts per microseconds. Here this is volts and this is for seconds. Usually it takes a little time, that is called microseconds, to change the output. So that's why we always express the slew rate in terms of volts per microseconds. And depending on the type of op amp, the slew rate value is changing from 0.1 volts per microseconds to certain 1000 volts per microseconds. Certain 1000 volts per microseconds. Next. Here, if we take a voltage follower circuit, if I am giving this type of input, as already I said, it is V in. If for example it is 5 volts, now I should get the output like this. If it is a voltage follower circuit, let me see. But in real time, it is not happening. If you are giving this type of input, means at this particular instant the input suddenly rises, but here the output, at this case output doesn't rise suddenly. It slowly rises to certain period and after it remains constant for a particular period, and again you see here the output suddenly drops, but it is not happening. The output never falls suddenly to zero or never changes its voltage. It slowly reduces like this. So, and again it remains constant. So, what we observe, if you are giving a square wave as input, we are getting this type of output that depends on slew rate value. So, output of the op amp will not be falls or rises suddenly. It will take certain time based on the slew rate value. So, that's why we are getting this type of output from the operational amplifier. That's all happening because of slew rate. Okay. So, now why the slew rate exists for operational amplifier? Slew rate exists for operational amplifier due to the internal capacitor. See here, this is the equivalent circuit of operational amplifier. Here at the output side, you can find a capacitor for the operational amplifier. This capacitor should be incorporated for compensation, that is for frequency compensation, in order to get the better gain as well as bandwidth from the op amp. But due to this capacitor or the internal compensated capacitor, the slew rate means the output of the op amp will slowly rises and slowly falls down. So that is the reason for the existence of slew rate in case of op-amp. So here if you see this capacitor, for this capacitor current through the capacitor IC is equal to C dVc by dt. As we know, the current flowing through the capacitor, it depends on rate of change of voltage. Then we can see the rate of change of voltage dVc by dt is equal to IC by capacitor, where IC is the capacitor current and C is the capacitance value. So here we can say, as per the definition of slew rate is the rate of change of output voltage. So slew rate of op-amp can be calculated by the ratio of capacitor current to capacitance value. For example, if the capacitor current value IC is 100 microamperes and capacitance value is 30 picofarad, then we can calculate here the slew rate of op-amp IC by C will be equal to 3.33, that is 100 by 30 picofarads is called volts per amperes. 100 microfarads by 30 picofarads, which gives 3.33 megavolts per amperes. So then we can write the slew rate as 3.33 volts per not amperes, here it is seconds because it is dV by T. So volts per microseconds. So what is the slew rate of this particular case? Slew rate of that op-amp, it is having a charging current of 100 microamperes and capacitance of 30 picofarads. The slew rate value is 3.33 volts per microseconds. Means it requires that with that particular specifications, that op-amp requires 1 microseconds to change a value of voltage by 3.33 volts. Okay. Now here let us see the effect of slew rate on the square signal. If we give a square signal as input, with a pulse width of 20 microseconds, then we should get the actual output as square wave, but because of the slew rate, the output of the operational amplifier will not change suddenly as the input. It will take some time. Slowly the output of the operational amplifier will increase up to certain period, and then it remains constant because of the slew rate. For example, here we consider the slew rate of operational amplifier is 0.5 volts per microsecond. What it means? It takes 1 microsecond to raise a voltage of 0.5 volts. So now here at the output my voltage is 5 volts. So in order to raise 5 volts, how much time is required? So how much time is required? 5 volts into 1 microsecond divided by 0.5, that is 5 by 10. So it requires 10 microseconds to raise the output voltage from 0 to 5 volts. That's what we have seen. Here the pulse width is 20 microseconds. Now it requires 10 microseconds, that is it is 10. It requires 10 microseconds to raise the output voltage to 5 volts. Thereafter the output remains constant. Here the output remains constant from 10 to 20 microseconds, because 10 to microsecond the input also remains constant. Thereafter the input falls down from 5 to 10 microseconds. Again the change in voltage is 5 volts. So hence the output will change from 5 volts to 0 volts within another 10 microseconds. That is, it will be 30 microseconds. So because of this slew rate, the output of operational amplifier will not change suddenly according to the input signal or as per the input signal. It will take certain time. So that's why the shape of output waveform appears or produced at the output of operational amplifier will be different from the input signal. So like this, here we can see several variations in the output waveform due to the slew rate and the time period. Here for this slew rate of 0.5 microseconds, already we have calculated in the previous in the previous slide. If we give a square signal for this 0.5 volts per microseconds of slew rate and 20 microseconds of time period, the output waveform will be like this. The output waveform will be this orange shaded waveform. Now in the second case, if the slew rate is 0.5 volts per microsecond, then if the input voltage is 10 volts with the same time period of 20 microseconds. Now let us calculate. For 0.5 volts, it requires 1 microsecond. Then in order to raise the output voltage from 0 volts to 10 volts, how much time is required? It requires 20 seconds. That means 10 into 1 by 0.5. 0.5 means 5 by 10. So that is 20 microseconds. So how much time is required to raise the voltage from 10 volts, from 0 to 10 volts? It requires 20 microseconds. So hence the output voltage will be like this blue shaded waveform. So from 0 to 10 volts to change, it requires 20 microseconds. And then again here the input suddenly falls down. So that's why output also gradually decreases from 10 to 0 volts. So that's why it requires again one more 20 volts. It is 40 microseconds. Like this, the output waveform will change based on the level of voltage to change and the time period as well as slew rate. Now here let us see in this third waveform, for a slew rate of 5 volts per microsecond, it has to raise from 0 volts to 10 volts. So how much time is required? So here the slew rate is 5 volts per 1 microsecond. Now it has to raise from 0 to 10 volts. It requires how much time? So 10 into 1 by 5. So that is 2 microseconds. How much time is required to raise from 0 to 10 volts? Just 2 microseconds. So in this 2 microseconds, in this period, it gradually raises. And after that the input remains constant, so that outputs also constant. Again at this instant input falls down, it shows the maroon color waveform. Then again it requires 2 more microseconds to falls down from 10 volts to 0 volts. So like this we can change the waveform. We can change the waveform produced by the operational amplifier by this slew rate. So whatever the output waveform we have to produce at the output, depending on the time period as we require, we need to change the we need to select the operational amplifier based on its slew rate. So here one thing we can observe, if slew rate is maximum, the distortion in the output waveform is less. You see, if the slew rate is 0.5, here you see the slew rate is 0.5, it is less, then the waveform is a triangular waveform like this. If the slew rate is very much high, of 5 volts per microsecond, so the waveform will looks like almost similar to the input waveform signal. So that's why here the distortion is less compared to this waveform. So slew rate is maximum, if slew rate is high, the distortion in the output waveform is less. The distortion in the output waveform is less. Here if we see the effect of slew rate on a sinusoidal signal, if you are giving this type of sinusoidal signal as input, then we know that V is equal to Vm sin omega t. Then you know that slew rate is the rate of change of voltage. Then if we differentiate this expression with respect to time, then Vm omega times cos omega t. Then what is the maximum slew rate? dV by dt of maximum is equal to, it happens when omega t equal to 0, that is cos omega t is 1. So that's why by putting cos omega t equal to 1 here, we have the maximum slew rate of Vm times of omega. So for a sinusoidal signal, maximum slew rate will be Vm times of omega. So in order to reduce the distortion at the output waveform of operational amplifier for a sinusoidal signal, the slew rate should be greater than or equal to this maximum value. So then only we will get the less distortion at the output. So here the slew rate maximum, which will be Vm times of omega, omega is 2 pi f. So then we can write or we can calculate at what frequency the distortion at the output waveform will be less. Will be SR, that is slew rate divided by Vm times of 2 pi. So if slew rate is less than Vm times of 2 pi f, we will get the distortion at the output waveform like this. If we are giving this blue type of sinusoidal signal, we will get this orange type of waveform at the output whenever the slew rate is less than 2 pi f. If the slew rate is greater than or equal to this maximum value of slew rate, then the output waveform will be approximately equal to the sinusoidal signal like the input signal. So here the frequency at which we don't have or we don't get the distortion at the output is called power bandwidth of operational amplifier. Here whenever the frequency, here this is the frequency at which or beyond which we don't get any distortion at the output waveform, that is slew rate is greater than the maximum slew rate value, then we don't get any distortion at the output. So hence such frequency, such power is called bandwidth of operational amplifier. Here this table shows the type of operational amplifier and its slew rate. So this slew rate value is different for different types of amplifiers. So here you see for 741 op amp the slew rate value is less, and for LT1363 op amp the slew rate is 1000 volts per microseconds. So based on our requirement, based on the application of op amp, we need to select its slew rate value, its corresponding op amp, in order to avoid the distortion in the output of operational amplifier. Okay, thank you.